Hello friends, welcome back to the C.Gars channel. Today me and Billy back to take a look at the Cuban and New World cigars of the month for November. I can't believe I'm saying that, it's November already.
I know, it's mental.
Crazy.
Years flying by.
It really is. Anyway, what have you got?
So I have the New World cigar of the month for November, and this time it is the Aladino Fuma Noche Super Toro cigar. Now this one comes in at 6¼ inches long with a ring gauge of 54. It is a Honduran puro with a Honduran Maduro wrapper as well. Now, fun little fact, the Fuma Noche in the name of this cigar translates to night smoke, so I'm expecting this to be a very full-bodied, full-strength cigar, one that you should probably enjoy of a night time after a hearty meal, and kind of not what I've done today and on somewhat of an empty stomach. But
yeah, I mean, to be fair, the whole look of the band, like the black and the red, kind of
it really does look good.
So.
Yeah.
Looks amazing though.
It's one that I've had my eye on for a while, so I'm really excited to get into it and give it a go. But for the Cuban, what have you got?
So I have the Ramon Allones number 3. So this cigar is 5 5/8 of an inch long with a 52 ring gauge. This one's going to be quite full strength, full bodied, but I've heard people say that it's very kind. So,
I was going to say, I've heard that it's quite a smooth, full-bodied cigar, so hopefully it does you well.
I'm excited to try it. Anyway, let's get these cut and lit, and we'll meet you guys when we're in the first third. So
we've made our way through the first third of these cigars today, and for the Aladino, I'm going to start with the construction. It is pretty much perfect, really well packed, really even throughout the entirety of it. The burn is, again, pretty much even. It is burning slow. I'm used to these burning pretty quick normally. You know, you got a good draw, you can kind of get through it quite quickly, but even with that good draw, it's holding on and really lasting, so it's a pleasant surprise. In terms of flavor profile, I would say that this is in the forefront, very cedar forward. You're getting a lot of woody notes with a nice white pepper spice in the background as well. I would say, however, as I've moved further into the first third, kind of tinkering on into the middle third, you're getting a little bit of a sweetness. It's kind of reminding me of like alcohol, which is like a toffee kind of rum kind of thing. Yeah. It's not a prominent taste. It's not something that you're getting all the time. It's not something that's really sitting in, as I say, prominent. It's dancing around in the background, which is a really nice touch. So far, really enjoying this cigar.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, it's a treat for sure. But how about for the Ramon Allones?
So I'm really enjoying this cigar. I think this is probably, I don't know, right now I'm gonna say it's up there.
Yeah,
it's definitely up there. I mean, I've had there are a couple of Cubans which I've had prior to this, which are probably in my top 10 list.
Right. And
this probably sits in there too. I think it reminds me of the Bolivar Belicoso Fino in the terms of strength and complexity. I think it's full-bodied, but it's very kind, so it's not intense, and that's what I really like.
I would kind of say a similar story with this. You've got that strength and that full-bodied feeling to the cigar, but it's very smooth, cool smoke. It's really easy going. So opposed to what I said at the start about it being a night smoke, I think I could probably enjoy this sort of mid-afternoon as I am today. Yeah. But it's probably the same sort of story with the Ramon Allones.
100%. I mean, I could probably have this in the morning.
Oh, really?
Like, it really, like, I'm getting no nicotine hit whatsoever from this so far. Maybe it will come in the final third, as it did with the Cohiba Robusto when I smoked that a few years back. But in terms of construction, the draw is absolutely perfect. Cannot complain about that whatsoever. The burn is pretty much straight, and the ash it holds on for a little while, but it did fall on me earlier, so that could be a little better. But
at least it's you today and not me, because for the last few cigars I've had, I've missed the ashtray every single time. So
makes a change. Flavor wise, it's really odd, because at the start it just hit me with earth, and then I got this like slight spice, but it was a very tingly spice on my tongue. Then I got a lot of wood and a slight sweetness there. That all, apart from the sweetness, has died down completely. So all I'm getting now is a slight sweetness, but I can't work out what it is. I thought originally maybe like a chocolatey sweetness, but I can't say for sure what it is.
Well, we've got plenty of the cigar left to go, so I suppose that'll it'll come around, and I'm sure you'll pinpoint it a little bit later.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've both been sat here off camera saying how much like, we've just been really, really enjoying this.
Definitely.
One you weirdly don't have to think about too much.
No?
No, it's easy going, nice. Really
I like the brand. I love Aladino.
Aladino.
Those cigars are phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had a pour one yet, so hopefully it'll continue to be the same.
Definitely. Anyway, let's get these down and we'll see you guys soon. So we've both come to the end of the middle thirds now, and for the Ramon Allones number 3, it's a long name. This is, I love it. I mean, I'm just going to talk about flavour first, I think, because all I'm getting now is a sweetness, and I feel like I'm struggling to work it out, but I think it's like a brioche bread sweetness. If that makes sense. It's got a bakery style sweetness to it,
but quite understated maybe.
Yeah, it's odd, but I really like it. Other than that, I'm not getting anything. And you know, sometimes I like to get a lot of taste and notes, but with things like this, I think again, less is more. I don't know, I'm just really impressed with that.
It's a weird one. I think we mentioned it in the last podcast that we filmed as well, but as you say, sometimes less is a little bit more. Sometimes a cigar just tastes almost like a cigar, right? There's not a million and one different things that you can say about it, but it just works. So I guess that's kind of the same.
It really is phenomenal, and in terms of construction, I can't knock it whatsoever. I really love this. This is fantastic. It really is. I've had some really good Cuban cigars lately. Yeah. Siglo number 2, the Allones number 3. I mean, it's the numbers.
Yeah.
The numbers.
The LCDH, was that a Ramon Allones as well we had at the event? That was also really nice, really smooth.
Yeah, so. That was really good.
Cubans are doing well so far.
100%. 100%. What about yourself?
Yeah, so the Aladino, again, hasn't changed all that much. Obviously, being a Honduran puro, you don't expect all that much of a change, right? The tobacco's the same all the way through. I'd say the cedarness and the white pepper spices carried on quite dramatically. It kind of stays consistent all the way through. The white pepper is quite an understated spice now, though. It's not something that's really prominent. It's kind of just mellow in the background, making this just a really, really easygoing cigar, which... Again, I said to you off camera, it's one of these cigars, and I said at the start, I'm expecting this to be a real hard hitter, but I'm pleasantly surprised in the fact that I could, as I say, smoke this mid-afternoon, early afternoon, and I feel like it'll be absolutely fine. The strength is there, but it's not overwhelming. It's not robust in terms of it really kicks you in the teeth. It's really subtle, enjoyable, and I can't really say too much. One slight change, there is a sweetness coming through. There was a little bit at the back end of the first third, but it's a little bit more prominent now. It's a little bit more stated in the blend. And it's almost like a sort of dark chocolate kind of cocoa note as well. So I think that'll continue throughout the final third. And I think it'll be a real good end to a cigar.
Cool. I mean, going back to this, I didn't mention the strength. I'm getting no strength from this whatsoever. Like, this is... It's perfect for me. I like a cigar that's easygoing. It's not going to be too heavy. And they've got it down really well. I mean, it's full-bodied in the way that the flavors are all coming through. They did in the first third at least, but strength-wise, there's nothing there.
No,
it's.
I think they definitely
really weird.
I think they definitely hit the nail on the head with adding the Maduro wrapper to this as well, because that little bit of extra sweetness is really just rounding it off really nicely. So, and I mean, to be fair, I love a Maduro wrapper as it comes anyway. So. Yeah, real good. So far, so good. I can't complain.
Cool. Let's get into the final thirds then, and we'll see you guys soon.
So we're coming to the closing stage of these cigars today, and for the Aladino, there has been a little bit of a change. The cedar wood and the white pepper spice has died down dramatically. You're now met with more of a sweetness and a well-rounded kind of cinnamon note as well, which for me has complemented the entire blend really well. And it's just one that I've thoroughly enjoyed from start to finish. With that being said, there's not really all that much else to say, to be perfectly honest, other than the fact that if you haven't had the chance to sample one of these yet, I would definitely get your hands on one and give it a go.
Or pick the sampler up.
Yeah, or the sampler. I mean, obviously with the sampler, you'll get both cigars, so definitely a good sampler to pick up. And as I say, for the Aladino, it's one that I would definitely recommend to many, many people. So yeah, but how about for the Ramon Allones?
So I found that this cigar started off with an orangey, citrusy flavour in the final third. That's kind of died down a little bit. Still there in the background, but it's not as prominent. It's now a little bit more bitter, I would say. It's not a bitterness that makes you go, ooh, I'm not keen on that. But it's just there and you notice it. I would say, however, the construction has become a little bit more iffy. The wrapper has cracked on me quite a bit.
Yeah.
But, you know, the cigar is getting hotter, getting towards the end of the cigar. It's bound to happen at some point, isn't it? Especially with Cubans. All in all, though, I'm so incredibly impressed by the cigar. I think this is such an amazing pick, and you definitely need to grab the sampler whilst you can, because yeah, this is definitely in my top 10 for Cubans.
I was going to say, this is one of the better cigars that I have sampled recently. 100%. I would definitely put it in my top 10, as you said you would with that. Thoroughly enjoyable experience.
What about strength for that? Is that still...
Yeah, the strength's been a bit of a weird one, because I was expecting it to really, really sort of kick me in the teeth, kind of really notice it, but it's kind of the opposite. The strength's there, but it's a very mellow strength, if that makes sense. You know, the body's there, the flavour's there, but it's not one that you're kind of having to take breaks from or anything like that. It's easy going, really. In terms of full flavoured cigars, full strength cigars, it's a very easy, mellow, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course it does. Yeah, same with this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm getting pretty much no strength from this whatsoever, which is really weird because I usually pick up the strength quite easily. I'm very much someone that likes a light strength cigar,
Mm-hmm.
light to medium strength. And this is supposedly a full strength cigar. Maybe it's because I had a decent lunch, I don't know, but you know, it's very easy going. I could smoke this at any time during the day. So
great little experience this afternoon.
100%. Yeah, always is.
And hopefully you guys can share that with us. If you purchase a sampler, of course, you can let us know what you think about them below in the comments. So.
Of course, yeah. If you have tried them, please do let us know. But if you haven't, pick up the sampler. You don't want to miss out, as I said before. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel as always. Subscribe if you're new, like the video if you enjoyed it. But until next time, stay safe and happy herfing.